morning and welcome to A Day with Mr. Deepak Arora. Mr. Deepak Arora is the Managing Director of DRA Group. He is very calm, confident and man of few words. We will know more about him today when we are spending our day with him. Right now I am standing in the middle of his beautiful house where he has recently shifted, and you can see a tree which is right in the middle of the house. It's a 400-year-old tree and it is being brought from Spain. We will talk more about this also and other specialties of this house. So how is your morning routine?
Morning is a little hectic in the morning. I go for my walk, come back, do some yoga and keep my gym exercises for the evening. We are all very passionate, the whole family. Boys also go in the morning to their works and come back, and we are all in the gym in the evening.
Okay, you do travel a lot, right?
We travel not for business, only for pleasure. I don't like to stay very long trips, but we love to take a trip every 3 months for a week, 10 days to new places.
So how many years are you doing the yoga?
I have been doing it for, I think, over 5 years. Well, it has brought a lot of change in me. You feel very good after you finish your pranayam, Surya Namaskar and all the other exercises which I learned from a very professional yoga teacher.
So I have seen your previous house also. It was beautiful and I'm surprised to see this house also. This is extremely beautiful. So what made you to change?
You know, we were living in that old house for more than 14 years.
Right.
And boys have grown, they are married now, and the requirements with the time has changed. The parking space was a problem. So all that led to us either we redo something there, and to redo you have to move out.
Right.
So where to move out was a question. So we started looking for another land, and luckily we found this land available, and I said, okay, let's try and build there and upgrade ourselves from there to what we need today.
So what are we going to do next?
We just finished the walk. I'll go to the gym now and do my gym exercises.
And then we'll move to the office.
Yes, sure. Okay.
So this was Mr. Deepak Arora doing his morning routine, his yoga, his walk. Now he has gone for his gym training, and I will try to speak to Mrs. Ritu Arora, and I could see Raghav in the house, so I will also speak to Raghav. First of all, thank you for joining us, and you have a beautiful house. Who has done the interiors for this house?
Well, this time it's my husband, of course, and both my sons. All are fully involved in the construction, design, interiors, and the whole family has been involved, including my 2 daughters-in-law. So it's a product of a lot of our love and hard work.
And I have seen one very special thing outside and in the garden also while we were taking shots. Are the 7 trees?
Yes.
That you have bought from Spain, if I'm not wrong.
7 olive trees. Yeah.
So what is the story behind that?
Well, my husband can tell you more, but I think 7 seems to be an auspicious number. And olive trees are known to be very hardy, long living. So it's a very symbolic thing, and good to bring this positive, quality into the house.
But I saw the trees outside, but something that is in the middle of the house.
Yes.
You have
Yes.
put. What is the? I mean, was it a conscious decision to put it, or how?
Yes, we have always lived with real plants in the house. We don't like to keep any artificial plant. And why not have a tree? You know, traditional houses always had a tree in the central courtyard. So basically the concept, I'm sure, comes from there. And it's just bringing a lot of life, and a tree always symbolizes growth and prosperity and good luck. It brings a lot of positivity into the house.
Okay, both of you, for how many years you're married?
37 years.
And how many years are you in UAE?
37 years.
Okay, you got married
Yes,
and came to
Deepak
UAE.
was already here in the UAE for 5 years when we got married.
Okay,
So I came a month after my marriage. So it's
37 years.
37 years. Yeah.
All right. What do you admire most about Mr. Deepak?
Well, most is his calm and understanding nature, and any problem he makes it look very small. You know, I may be losing my cool and all that, but he always makes it sound very small, and you know, so that you know immediately your perspective changes if you have one person who is so calm and who has a very positive approach to any problem. So that's something. I've learned that from him now.
I want you to give a message for Mr. Deepak for his future. For his obviously he's very successful and we wish him more success.
Yes.
What message would you like to give him?
Well, as a wife, I always pray for his good health, first of all, mental peace, good health, and of course more and more success. And of course, grandchildren very soon. That's what I want for him now.
Okay, this episode is going to be telecasted a little after the New Year.
Yes.
So, would you like to wish our viewers a very happy
Yes,
New Year?
of course. Wishing everyone a happy new year and good health, happiness, peace of mind. That's the most important thing in life. So, the rest will follow. Like Mr. Deepak says all the time.
Okay, this is his favorite line.
Yes.
So, we are with Raghav. Raghav is the eldest son of Mr. Deepak. How many years are you into business?
I joined in 2006, so nearly over 12 years now. Yeah.
And how is the experience working with your father?
It's a good experience, lots to learn and lots to share between the two of us. So it's a good relationship, and you know, I learn from his experience, and then with time, you know, you take on more responsibilities, so you can share that. So it's a nice experience.
So what do you handle basically?
We handle I handle the design side of the business, hands-on, also the construction for many projects. It's you know, a lot of things overlap since it's a family business. So a bunch of things, everything from you know, the design through to the construction, even finance and accounting now. It's, you know, more and more you have to take on. So we handle almost all aspects of the business.
Okay, how Mr. Deepak is at home as a father and how he is as a boss in office? Is he very strict?
He is disciplined. I'm more in the office than home. But I think he's a very balanced person, so it's easy on both sides.
And what is the greatest quality that you admire?
I think patience is very important, and keeping cool. So you make the right decisions and taking time to make decisions, don't rush. I think that's a quality that I admire.
What do you admire in Mr. Deepak? What is the best thing that you have learned from him?
Discipline, hard work, honesty. You know, not taking people for granted or taking them for a ride. So a very genuine dealing with whoever you are with, and respecting everybody.
Right.
So that's important.
And where have you completed your education from?
I studied in the US, in Savannah. I did my architecture there. And I did my MBA in Cass Business School in London. So that's it.
So you always wanted to join the business, or you wanted to pursue some other career? Because, you know, doing architecture is not out of, you know, just because I want to do it. It's like passion, choice.
Yeah, it was always there since I was a child. So I just followed that, and then obviously joining the business was a natural progression. And we understand it, we can, you know, technically we know it, and now we are learning the business of it as well. So it was a natural progression.
भर जाए गेहूं हो या सोयाबीन, डायबिटिक या मल्टीग्रेन, हर गृहिणी के मन को भाए। रोटी रहे नरमा नरम और रहे मुलायम हरदम। पीको
चक्की फ्रेश शुद्ध पिकॉक आटा, निर्माता अल अदील, द होम ऑफ इंडियन फूड स्टफ।
So after a refreshing and beautiful morning, I am ready to go to Mr. Deepak's office. He has already left. So let's get a glimpse of his corporate life. Deepak ji, when did you come to UAE and how was that initial period in the UAE?
You know, I came to UAE in '76 and that happened to be my job in Ras Al Khaimah, where there was hardly any development at all. I think UAE was not properly developed at that time. Experience was that you felt that you will not live for long here, looking at the conditions around. But I think there was something in the place which kept you going all the time, and that was probably the new opportunities which you saw in this place and compared to back home.
So what was your first project when you were actually working for somebody?
My first project was in Ras Al Khaimah for 5 8-storied buildings to be built in Sharjah near Al Khan roundabout.
Okay.
In fact, that was designed by me when I was in India.
I should have asked you earlier in the morning, but since you were so busy, where did you do your education? What is your educational background?
I did my architecture from Delhi School of Planning and Architecture.
And why into architect? You know, it's not an easy job. I was asking Raghav also this morning because he also has a similar degree.
You know, my elder brother, he was doing architecture. He was forced into or got into because he didn't do well in the school, and he was influenced by some of our relatives and he followed them. And when he started, he was three years older to me, and I used to see him working, and I was in the school at that time, and that used to influence me, and that I followed that path and did my architecture.
Okay, you did job for how many years? When did you start the DRA group?
I started in 1980 in Ras Al Khaimah itself. We were doing Ras Al Khaimah poultry farm. It was a 60 million dirhams project at that time. I was representing the client, and then they had expansion plans, and they were very happy the way I was handling the project. So, and I was always eyeing on to set up my own business, not work for people for very long. And that made me to set up a construction company in Ras Al Khaimah under the name of Deep Construction. It so happened that the project got shelved and we ended up losing a lot of money. Money was hard at that time, but I didn't lose my heart as such, and I just continued to, you know, progress my dream or to make my dream come true.
What is the full form of DRA in DRA?
DRA is form of our names. D for Deepak, R for Ritu, Raghav, Abhinav, Arora. So this is how the DRA letter was formed.
So when you actually started again the company, you said, you know,
No, I closed that company. I had to, because there was not much work and I couldn't sustain at that time. I took up a job in Sharjah at that time, and I worked with them for many years, but I was also rebuilding myself moving from Ras Al Khaimah to Sharjah was actually good for us, because Sharjah was giving you more opportunities than Ras Al Khaimah. So, and you are more close to Dubai. So in a way it was good, and that's how I pursued my dream to, I think till 85, 86 I worked again, and then started organizing my own work slowly on the side. And in 92 we formed the company.
You've also done a very a good project in Jebel Ali, which when you enter the gate only you can see that's Swarovski.
Yes, yes.
And those stones.
Crystals, yeah. You know, Swarovski was, I would say, a game changer for me. The design stood out so well. The project was iconic. That led to us getting the Nissan training and headquarters, Compaq, General Electric, Black & Decker, Volvo, Procter & Gamble.
Okay, so there was no looking back.
There was no looking back after that project.
Swarovski project. How many areas at the present DRA group is into?
Areas, we actually did a lot of backward integration. As a design and build company, we had to develop electromechanical MEP company separately to support the main. Then we got into joinery and stainless steel and aluminium. So everything is become like a one-stop shop.
What are the major brands that you are working with?
We are working with all the big multinational companies like Swarovski, Nissan, Black & Decker, Volvo, General Electric, Emirates Airlines, Wärtsilä, you name it.
And the list is long.
Actually it's been a list of a lot of good projects came our way.
What are your thoughts on Expo 2020? How it will bring change to the nation, to the entire country?
You know, it will bring so many people, visitors here, who will come to visit. And once you visit this place, you get to feel the feel of the place itself. And that will motivate more and more people to come and stay. The kind of quality of life what you have, it's best of both the worlds.
Okay, the episode is going to be aired a little after the New Year. Today is the New Year. I would like you to wish the viewers a very happy New Year.
Well, I wish the whole world peace and prosperity and a very, very happy New Year.
Are you losing hair? Have you tried everything? Are you starting to lose hope? Kakuna Center for Aesthetic Transformation offers innovative and effective solutions for hair loss, including mesotherapy, PRP for hair, vitamin therapy, regenerative treatments, and FUE, FUT, and robotic hair transplant. Don't leave it too late. Take control of your hair loss today. Call Kakuna and book your free consultation. Call Kakuna now on 800 36 26 36 or go to kakuna.ae. Kakuna, for transformation you can trust.
So we are with Abhinav, who is the younger son of Mr. Deepak Arora. We are in the office, we couldn't speak to him in the morning. So Abhinav, where did you do your education and what is the area that you look after?
So I did my civil engineering here in Dubai, and then I did my master's in construction management at NYU, which is New York University. And in the business I've been now since 2009. So I've been taking care, my dad has put me through, from a labor side to be on site as a foreman all the way now till senior management. So he's put me through all these different departments of our group and organizations. So now most of the projects are handled by me. We do, civil side, so everybody knows, but we do the MEP, everything in-house, and also the joinery, the aluminium, the interiors, the stainless steel works. So all of that comes pretty much under me. So I take care of the group operations, you can say, as a whole.
So you always wanted to join business, I asked Raghav also, or it was...
I think it's something that came naturally to us because we were so influenced by the construction industry. Obviously, his style was to take us through, you know, maybe when we were about 3 or 4 years old. I mean, we used to only know how to play cricket or things like that, but he would take us to the site, you know, even though we might have a bat and ball in hand, but that influence was always around us. So it became an easier sort of trade to pick up also, I would say. And at the same time, when your dad has his business, why not, you know, if you're inclined to it, why not support it? So it came naturally. It wasn't something that was planned, but that's just how it is, you know.
So how is Mr. Deepak as a father and as a boss?
He's the same with us. He's not a boss in the office. He's more a father. He's more guiding you through everything, but at the same time allowing you to express yourself. His style back in the day before we joined was to do everything himself. You know, he would not let his staff do anything, give that much freedom. Once we've come on, we also have a different style. So he's allowed us to express that style. You know, so he gives us enough freedom, and he has also now started to take a step back. So which is good. I mean, he as a father and as a boss in the office is giving you that freedom. So we also have our own leadership style, which we are now bringing on to the organization, and obviously hoping the staff responds to that style of leadership. His style might have been different, but ours is different as well.
More contemporary.
More contemporary, and it's gelling well together. You know, you cannot have. There's no one right way to everything. So having both sides of both styles of leadership, let's say, it's always good. It's always good for the organization. Everybody can grow in their own space, and everybody is happy, I hope, at the end of it.
Earlier when I was speaking to Mr. Deepak, and I was asking him, where do we see you in future, say 5 years or 10 years, and he said, you know, I've given it to the boys and they do plan for the future. So where do you think the DRA group will be?
DRA group, I think we will grow our other businesses. I mean, everybody knows us as a main contractor, but we have logistics, we have real estate. We also have our in-house companies, which are right now only working for the main company. So those have tremendous potential to grow, especially the interior, the MEP. There is huge scope here, and our team that we have developed right now is at a stage where it's really mature. At the same time, we can take on more people and grow. So I would say for the next 5 years, we would like to diversify and not stay only as a main contractor. Especially the logistics, real estate side, we'd like to look outside of the UAE as well, see what opportunities are there. Till date, we have been quite busy ourselves running the show, you know, me, Raghav and Dad. So now it's approaching a stage of maturity where you can look into other sort of avenues to, you know, develop your own skills, challenge yourself even more, and take it from there.
So do we see you diversifying into other areas other than construction?
It will be more construction related, because that's what we know. Other than that, you will maybe get a small opportunity, take a risk here or there, but the base, the foundation that has been laid is through construction. So anything related to development or even logistics, since we have built, you know, thousands of industrial buildings and logistics buildings, we have that know-how of what those businesses might need. So construction always serves as the base, and then you can spread out from there.
So which is your first project after joining the...
My first project was the Infinity showroom on Sheikh Zayed actually. It was quite a prestigious project, and at the same time it was the best learning experience you could get, because the requirements for the car showroom, Infinity showroom, was all from Japan. So you had to... I had no idea. At that stage I was a young kid who came on, you know, and he was just I was just absorbing and learning how to get this done, and luckily we finished on time, and it's quite a landmark building which I'm really proud of till today.
Being a new year, we would not take much of your time. What I would like you to give a message for Mr. Deepak, for your father and mother too.
Well, for my parents, I just want to tell them that we are very lucky as children to have them as our parents. They have supported us through thick, thin, ups, downs and everything. And they encourage us. They have given us, touch wood, healthy bodies and everything to go out and do everything ourselves. And they support us in whatever we want to do, be it small, big, wide or thin, whatever it might be. And yeah, that's all I can say to them. They are just the best parents, and I wish them all the health and all the happiness as well.
What is one quality that you admire in Mr. Deepak?
I think he's very calm under pressure. I've seen, at least in my 9-10 years of working now, we meet thousands of people. I have not seen anybody so calm under, there must be issues that he's facing in millions of dirhams at the same time, in a negative or a positive sense, but he's just the same. Whether the things are good, bad, ugly, whatever it might be, he's constant, which is something that I really admire, and I hope that I can also achieve the same, because he's quite a rock. Nothing really puts him off his course. He's quite constant and quite confident actually. I think it comes from self-confidence and being very centered, knowing who you are. All those things he has, which is really admiring. Everybody should learn that from him, I would say.
So today we had a fantastic day with Mr. Deepak Arora and his family. Being New Year, we could not spend evening with him, but you don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for next week for a new personality, and I wish my viewers a very happy New Year.